right, good morning to you Falcon families, or afternoon whenever this video is getting to you. My name is Headmaster Doughty. I'm coming to you from the confines of Mr. Ruiz's office, and it is good to see you. Thank you very much for clicking on this video and getting some information and some news. We are finished our first week of school. Well, it's kind of a half week, 3 days, and boy, what a 3 days it was. But before we get into some of those things, I do want to say I want always for all of us to be reminded about the mission of this school. We exist to cultivate the hearts and minds of our students in the pursuit of truth, goodness, and beauty. Why is that important? Well, it guides absolutely everything that we do. From how we teach, Socratically, because we want to engage the curiosity and develop our students' ability to communicate, whether that's behavior, discipline, and with our Dean of Students, Mr. Klug, who has conversations with students whose behavior may not have measured up. We take these things very seriously because we are wanting to grow and to graduate in a couple of years. 5 short years, we'll have our first graduating class. Adults who are ready to move into and engage their world in the areas of truth, goodness, and beauty. Just something for you to keep thinking of. I'm going to constantly remind you until you yourselves start saying the mission and believing it deep down inside like I do. All right, our community investment campaign is going. What is our community investment? Our community investment is what keeps the lights on here. It's what provides for this office and for the salary that Mr. Ruiz and I enjoy. Thank you for that, by the way. Our community investment is how our parents invest financially in the operations of the school. The reason why? Public charter schools in Texas, they receive on average between $1,200 to $1,700 less per student per year. And when you have over 800 students on campus, that amounts to, well, somewhere around $1 million. That is a lot of money to not have. Well, one of the things that Great Hearts does is we build our buildings very carefully. And so we're using absolutely every square inch of this building. But one of the other things we invite parents to do is to partner with us and to contribute monthly or in any way that you can. So if this is something that you're not yet doing, I encourage you to send an email. Right down here you'll see his email, daniel.ruiz@greatheartsforestheights.org, or give him a phone call at 210-892-3665. Select option 4, and he'd love to have a conversation with you and answer more questions that you may have. So lately, just this last Sunday night, with our latest Supreme Court ruling, our mask mandate is now back into the hands of parental option. And so parents, if you don't want your students wearing a mask, then send them and they don't have to. If you want your students wearing a mask, please send them with a mask. And if you don't have masks at home, we still have a whole bunch here and we'd be happy to share. Thank you for understanding. I know there's a lot of differing opinions and things, but we do need to follow the government guidelines that we are set, and we will continue to communicate with you as this process and that unfolds. One thing, though, which I do want to point out, there are some things which are not optional, like good hand washing technique. 20 seconds at least, maybe more. Sing a little song, get your fingers all cleaned, all the things. Teach your kids, it's a good thing for them to learn. Also, fevers. Now, this is something that a lot of us don't understand quite well enough. If our children, right, they feel a little warm in the morning and we take their temperature, it's over 100, they can't come to school. It's not a matter of dose them up with Advil or Tylenol or something to bring the fever down and then drop them off in the drop-off line, because eventually that's going to wear off and then they're going to be sick here at school and then we're just going to have to call you to come and pick them up. Fever of over 100 means they need to stay home, and they can't return to school until that fever has been gone for at least 24 hours without the aid of fever-reducing medicine. That one thing is really important. So let's take responsibility for our students and keep them home when they're sick, and let's not return them until they are well. On to some good news. Well, that car line the first day was rather interesting, an hour and a half. I thought it was going to be an hour and 15. But we went a little bit over, but we've already shaved over 45 minutes off of that line. I'm not sure if you saw me on Friday. I actually had to sprint 3 times just to keep up to the cars that were leaving our campus so that we can continue our process. So we're getting better every day, and you'll continue to see gains in our pickup process because we want to respect your time, and we thank you for your help and for your patience. Also, our drop-off, not nearly as long Let's be honest, it's easier to pair up 800 students with one school than it is to pair up 800 students with 600 cars. But that said, the last couple of days, our drop-off has finished well before school has started, and every student's been able to enter the building from the back before school has began, and that has been a great way to end last week and to start this week. So another update for the beginning of the year is our athletics. Parents, we are excited. We have an athletic director. He looks a lot like me, nice and bald. He's got a goatee. His name is Coach Mark Gately, and he's assembled a great group of coaches to start us off with women's volleyball, men's and women's cross country, boys flag football. Parents, we want you to be involved with this. We have athletics going all the way down to 3rd grade. For your children to participate, they're going to need to fill out their medical physical form. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email Mark Gately at greatheartsforestheights.org. It's right here, and he will be glad to help you get connected with someone who can do that physical. So please get your kids to participate, get those physical forms in, email the coach, and we will see you on the court and field. Parents, thank you for trusting us with your students, for their education, for their well-being, and we appreciate that honor, and we want to handle that with respect and just much grace. And we really, really appreciate what you do. Thank you so much for being a part of Great Hearts Forest Heights, and let's stay Falcon strong. Have a good week.